Having rejected the Manchester United first bid for a man who goes by names of De Jong, United are preparing a second bid for the Ten Hag's priority signing at Manchester United, and Marcus Rashford is fighting to gain his fitness back to where it's supposed to be to go into the preseason with Eric Ten Hag when he is fully fit. Welcome to our channel, which goes by names of Manchester United Matters channel. Where you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of RD, and this is the channel that brings you your latest news as far as Manchester United is concerned. We don't do any other stories onto this channel apart from Manchester United and what is so much attached to the Red Devils in there for you. So today we are so much having close to two stories to talk about. Marcus Rashford fighting to get his fitness back in there for you, and in the due course to really gain that, this is the decision Marcus Rashford has taken. This has been reported by Chris Wilder DM and Dr. Man United FC. Marcus Rashford will land in the United States this week for a 10-day individual preseason training camp in there for you. He needs it, by the way. And it has to first start in the mind. He has to first believe that he is not a sure start at Manchester United, because the presence of Jadon Sancho plays better than Marcus Rashford on all those wings. The left and right flanks, Sancho plays better than Rashford. So Rashford, to get back into the mix, he needs to know that he has to be fully fit. There is no favoritism this time around under Eric Ten Hag, as it were, against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to babysit these players like Marcus Rashford, because they knew that whether I'm injured, whether I waste chances, whether I'm off form, I'm going to start in an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer side. That what spoiled a boy who goes by names of Rashford in there for you. And this season, he really did bad ever since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked as a Manchester United manager, because he has never faced the competition he faced in at Manchester United. And with the departure of Antoine Martial, I thought that he had given him enough space to come on and operate. But every time he was brought on the field of play, he couldn't operate as expected. That is a lad who goes by the names of Marcus Rashford in there. And I really believe that he has a talent in him. Rashford has a talent in him, but I will believe he needs to find himself to where he were some 2 years back, because for the previous 3 seasons, get this off, Rashford has been scoring close to 20 goals a season, and that has been a very good output. And with Eric Ten Hag coming in at Manchester United, in the view of the fact that Rashford really had a very bad season, I will believe he has to go in and find his full fitness back, because if he doesn't, then players like Antoine Martial, who are really more talented than him, Sancho, will go in and get those positions. And when you look at players like Amad Diallo coming in to prove themselves at Manchester United, that is also another reason for Marcus Rashford to rush to US to get his fitness back, because if at all he doesn't prove in the first 2-3 weeks in the preseason of Manchester United with Eric Ten Hag, that means things would have gone from bad to worse, because Eric Ten Hag is not a no-nonsense man. He comes out and throws direct into your face that you are not good enough to play for my team in there for you. So Time Sport also continued to say that while Eric Ten Hag is being given funds to strengthen his squad, he's also said to believe in the potential of some of the underperforming players. Marcus Rashford is one of those. And I really believe that these are stories that have been thrown out left, right, and center. Recently, a story came in out from, was it the Disco Mirror Football, I think, saying that Eric Ten Hag is so much impressed with Amad Diallo and Antoine Martial. Then another report will come out and say that Antoine Martial is not liked by Eric Ten Hag. So it's like we are into this transfer window and everyone has a right to put out what he wants. But right now, I will believe that Marcus Rashford should find his grip back, because if at all he doesn't find it back, everything that he has really worked for at Manchester United is going to be buried in the mud in there for you, because the juncture, the moment where we are is very crucial. We are really between a hard press and a rock, because Eric Ten Hag needs to see to it that he gets United performing. Every time he really comes in and it doesn't perform, he's the one to be sacked. These players have been here, they're always going to be here. So he needs to go and begin onto these deals in here onto our channel. Let's go to the big story of the day that most Manchester United fans want to really get grip about. United preparing second bid for De Jong, and the story in here has been really broken by Disco Mirror. Is it Disco Mirror? I'm really searching for, yeah. Disco Mirror has really come out and really laid this story out, and this is what he said. He said Manchester United are expected to make an improved bid for Frankie De Jong, but that is likely to fall short of Barcelona's for 70 million pounds evaluation. That is Disco Mirror in there. For you remember, we put out a story in here, and even Fabrizio Romano came out and really approved that story, that United had really put out a bid of 60 million euros plus 20 million add-ons, and it was turned down by Barcelona. And that has seen some other credible journalists, especially YouTubers, coming out and saying, no, that is a lie. But I really believe that United made that bid in, because when Fabrizio comes out and says it, just know it happened, and he has gone ahead to confirm it today that United really went ahead to submit that bid, but it was rejected by a side which goes by the names of Barcelona in there for you. So United are preparing a second bid. The reason as to why United are so much tied onto this deal is simple. Erik ten Hag sees no further away from Frankie De Jong, and he is a talent once in a lifetime, and a signing that United can make in its worst situation, because United is not going to play the Champions League. United have just had their worst season ever. They registered 58 points. Yet the worst season they had was under David Moyes with 64. Now they registered their worst season with 58 points. And getting in De Jong, who is one of the best central midfielders we've seen for the past years, is something unbelievable. And Manchester United are really trying their best to go in and really go and convince this player to come in at Manchester United. Erik ten Hag has done his part, and United has to do its part by going ahead to convince Barcelona to really get the money they want. But Barcelona believes that United needs to cough out 80 million euros. 80 million euros. Close to, is it 100? Is it 90 million pounds? So any of those, but in pounds, they really value De Jong at 70 million pounds. And United don't want to pay 70 million pounds. They really believe that the best they can submit is 62 million pounds. And there is like 8 million pounds difference into the submissions in there for you. So let's wait and see whether when this second bid comes in through, everything is going to happen in the favor of Manchester United, or Barcelona will say, no, we want more because you guys have money. But when you look at the budget of Manchester United, it's 120 million pounds. And I'm asking myself, when Van Gaal came in, they gave him close to 150 million pounds to spend. Same applies to Mourinho. When you look at even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who was not a proven manager, he spent 80 millions on Harry Maguire. He spent 17 on a player who goes by the names of Daniel James, that is close to 100 million pounds, and 50 on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, that is close to 150 million quid. But I'm asking myself, why is Erik ten Hag working under a budget of 120 million quid? You get? United has a poor record of selling players, and I'm asking myself, how is this going to happen in here? Because it's really so much sickening and saddening to see to it that United are really undergoing this in here for you. But again, the Disco Mirror really had lots of things to say about this De Jong deal, and they say that United don't feel like they don't want to be held for ransom by a side which goes by names of Barcelona in there for you. They say they don't want to be held for a ransom, and they will believe that they have to go with their required or their estimated evaluation of De Jong. Manchester United are adamant they will not be held to ransom by Barcelona. I will believe it, and if at all they are held on ransom, I think it's better to go in and bring in other midfielders. There is Sangare. You get Sangare, there is that Sangare midfielder. You get in Sangare, and maybe you find another central midfielder at close to 40 million pounds. So you can get that 70 million pounds of De Jong and bring in two players. And you have no reason to go ahead and really believe that De Jong is going to be a revelation at Manchester United or a breath of fresh air, because there are other players that can come in and do the job. Because even after getting Frankie De Jong, you'll go in and get in another player. You get? So that is what is happening at Manchester United, and they will believe that they will not be held for ransom. And we believe that if at all you know you're not going to hold for ransom, then why take your time? Make your final bid. If it's rejected, move on and get to other players that Erik ten Hag has lined up under his wish list. I think that's better. Why should you put all your eggs in the one basket? What if they get broken, all one gets spoiled and all the others really adapt the sickness and all get rotten? That is something that United should stop doing. We are far much better than this. United should be doing better because we're a big club, and if at all we do want to get in this sign that it's going to make a lot of short sales, it shouldn't ruin the signings that we should be bringing at Manchester United. If De Jong is taking long, just go ahead, put in the bid that you feel like you feel like is worth him, and then if at all it's rejected, move on. The same thing happened to Sancho. United in the summer of 2020 knew that they would accept the 80 million pounds. You get? But Sancho was valued at 180 million pounds by Borussia Dortmund by then. And United thought that putting in a bid of close to 90 million pounds, they would get the lad. Borussia Dortmund said no. So they had to wait a season and got the player at 73 million pounds. So United should know that they are working on a different deal altogether. It's not the deal of Sancho. De Jong is a player who won't be available on the market anymore, if at all they don't get him by now. And I think it's better for United to go in and put in their bid, and when their bid is rejected, let them go and move and get in other players, like what other teams are doing in there for you. When you look at Fabrizio Romano today on the United stand, he really had lots of things to say about De Jong. He said Frankie De Jong has been quiet on his future and he's relaxed. He's waiting to understand what happens at Barcelona. They want around 85 million euros for De Jong this summer. Fabrizio Romano on United stand. He was on United stand today and really said all that, and he says he is quiet, Frankie De Jong, because he doesn't want to intervene with the process at Barcelona. He wants to stay at Barcelona, but if at all Barcelona have offered him to solve their financial problems, he's okay with it, and he won't say no to what we call the side which goes by the names of Barcelona, and he will be okay for a move at Manchester United. That is Fabrizio Romano for you, and that's what he really had in to come in and really tell us about this deal of Frankie De Jong. Fabrizio Romano is really so much close to this deal, and anytime, if anything breaks, will come in here and really tell us what is needed and what would have transpired as far as this De Jong deal is concerned. But just not today, it has been confirmed by the Disco Mirror that United are preparing their second bid, close to 70 million euros. That means there is a difference of 15 million euros between what Barcelona value their player in and what United value that player in. Barcelona wants 85 million euros. United want to give him 70 million euros. So feel free to go into the comment section, telling me what you think about Rashford trying to find or get back to full fitness, and the other player who goes by the names of Frankie De Jong to Manchester United. A second bid is being prepared. And do you think United are really going to land this deal of De Jong by the end of this week? Because most people are saying that this week is really going to be so much pivotal into this deal of De Jong to Manchester United, because Barcelona on the 14th are really going to announce things concerning their financial situation, whether they found someone else who's really going to bail them out, whether they have to sell players and really reduce salaries of those players that are really going to stay at Barcelona by half. So that's what we had for you today. Good night and see you tomorrow.